Hello, everyone. Sean Peers, President and CEO of Dental Peers, back again. Here we are meeting some more of our partners, our popular series where everyone gets that chance to run across some of the partners that maybe they've heard of, they've had some contact with, but they'd like to know more of and more about and what they do. And today is a great opportunity for that because this is a partnership that we formed about a year ago with SterilWize, and I'm being joined by a couple of representatives from SterilWize today. Megha and Susan McGuire. How are you ladies doing today?
Good, Sean. Good. Nice to be here.
Thank you, Sean.
So, this is, as I said, this has been a partnership that one of our newer ones developed over the last year. Tell me a little bit about yourselves, ladies, and a little bit about SterilWize.
Megha, I'll let you go first.
Sure. Hello, everyone. So I work as business development and market creation and partnerships with SterilWize. And also over the time period, I help dental offices transition into more of a automated workflow management instead of just doing the tasks that they do on a repetitive basis. With regards to instrument reprocessing or workflow management, SterilWize, when the pandemic protocols changed, as well as way before that, in the year 2018, I believe, the landscape for dental regulations and instrument reprocessing changed drastically. That's when SterilWize came into the industry. And our one aim is to help dental offices and even medical hospitals to streamline their process of instrument reprocessing. Instead of having their staff work hard every day on the same task, we try to automate it as much as possible and give them a way where they can increase their production and utilize their time for more of processes which can help them increase their revenue. As per COVID, we have definitely faced quite a lot of challenges in the industry. There are new protocols that they have to follow. And so our idea with the technology over here is to ensure that it doesn't take up your job that the staff has to do, but at the same time, it makes their job easier. So instead of them spending that time on the manual paper logging or anything, they can utilize the saved time for in more creative ways. The dentists know better where they can utilize that time and increase their production. So SterilWize is basically a custom-built hardware and software technology. We provide tablets and scanners, and which is customized as per your clinical requirements. Everything that you do in your office is exactly replicated to our system. And at the same time, that ensures that all the steps are being processed in a user-friendly way. So there are no steps being missed out by the user, as well as at the same time, the manual paperwork, which eventually happens to become illegible over a period of time. There's no stress for that. There's like one less thing you have to worry about. And at the same time, everything is done digitally and all the records are there for you over 10 years or whatever years you want them to be. At the same time, we have over 20 patents in technology. So this artificial intelligence, the results are validated. And I would like Susan to speak more about how important it is to have monitoring been done in the dental offices.
Well, great.
Perfect. Thanks.
Sounds
Oh,
like
go
the
ahead,
baton has
Sean.
been passed. It's your turn. Tell me more about what you do with SterilWize and the role that you play and what SterilWize can do in the dental office.
Perfect. Perfect. So thanks, Megha. That was great. Megha gave you an incredible overview of our product. What I do for SterilWize is I'm involved in sales. I help to demonstrate to the clients what this system can do for them. I'm also the compliance trainer for SterilWize. So if you need your IPAC training, that's to get a good understanding of what you need to do in your dental office. And like Megha said, actually it was March of 2018 when all the big changes started to happen. We received new guidelines November of 2018 from the RCDSO. By now, most people know what those changes are and how much more work we have to do. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the challenges that we have that SterilWize will help you with. So one of the big ones is human error and accuracy. So we know we have to do a lot of documentation. Human error can always happen, and human error can be your staff is very stressed, you're busy, there's a lot to write down, and you can accidentally skip a step. So obviously not on purpose, who would ever do that? But you could accidentally miss a step. The SterilWize system does not let you miss a step. So you're going through the system, you can't not do your spore test because the system blocks you. So it takes away human error, gives everyone peace of mind, not just the doctor, but the staff. They're not stressed that they're going to do something wrong, write something down wrong, like write the cycle parameters, the wrong numbers from what they see, because they're busy, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do all of that and keep it in mind all the time. What I like about SterilWize is it gets rid of all of your pen to paper. There is no pen to paper, whether it's talking about maintenance, labeling your packages, documenting what you use on the patient. So the other challenge is all of this labeling and logging, which doing pen to paper takes a long time. It's a lot of paper to save. Everything that you document in your dental office has to be saved for 10 years. That's a lot of paper, or that's a lot of scanning into your software system. As we become more digital, people are trying to scan, but you're scanning a piece of paper that has to be kept for 10 years. Patient tracking. So we now know, and everyone now knows, that you have to put into your patient's record what cycle number package you used on them for that appointment, in case you have to track back. Public health now is, yes, they come to your office on a complaint basis. Of course, they're the good guys, not the bad guys. They actually need to protect the public. So if they receive a complaint, they come in and they make sure everything's good. And if you're good, you're good. So we want it to be that you don't have to worry about that. The new thing that's happened is contact tracing due to the pandemic. So it could be, I was in your office on last Wednesday, and then today I tested positive. Public health is going to see that I tested positive. They're going to call me and they're going to have me fill out a questionnaire of where I've been. So now they would most likely call your office, but what they want to know from your office is, what did you use on me? Do you have proof that all of your logging and your parameters were met for that sterilization load? And of course, they talk to you about what were your protocols for your personal protective equipment while you were working on me. You want to have that information on the fly. You need to have it right then. You want to send it to them, and then guess what? Everything's great. That's one of the main things. I'm just going to touch a little bit on maintenance. It's something that we've added to the tablet. So let's say your sterilizer, you have to empty your water chambers once a month. So that's something that right on the tablet, once a month, it's going to pop up whenever you tell us it is. And it's going to say empty and clean out your chambers on your autoclave, because you want to maintain your sterilization equipment the way the manufacturer has told you to maintain it. So it's a nice little reminder. Same thing, getting rid of human error and just forgetting you're so busy, and now 2 months have gone by. So it really lets you not miss anything. And then the other thing I'll touch on for SterilWize is it stores all of your documentation. So we have a resource center that stores your equipment manuals, your safety data sheets, your personal office IPAC manual, all of your patient tracking, everything is all there in one place. So you don't have a binder in the back office, a binder at the front desk, a binder in sterilization. Everything is stored inside your tablet. So you touch the menu, pull it up, like your safety data sheets are there in alphabetical order. All of your regulatory guidelines. So it's a service from SterilWize where we update everything. So January of 2014, for all of our clients, we input the new protocols for COVID that the RCDSO created. So all of that is in there. Get rid of pen to paper and make everything accurate. So you're not missing a thing. You have images of your PCD, your Bowie-Dick test, if that's what you need, your spore test, so that all the images are there. The record shows that it passed. And if you need to prove anything, you just pull it up, like I said, on the fly. It's all there for you.
And I guess maybe we have to change that year reference a little bit for the pandemic protocols didn't come out in January 2014.
Pardon me?
You mentioned it's sort of one of those funny moments. You mentioned the pandemic protocols coming from the RCDSO in January 2014.
Yeah, that was the update. That was just an update for opening your office because we were in the lockdown. Sorry.
No.
Sorry. Like we had pandemic protocols that were out right away. I think it was September of last year when they first came out, but they updated it again with us being in the gray zone lockdown.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's like an update that maybe people didn't notice or they haven't saved that documentation.
Okay. Gotcha.
See what I mean?
Yep, absolutely. And now, I mean, I was really lucky too, in one sense, because back in around 2018, one of the first installs in Ottawa was actually a member of our buying group. So I got to go out there and kind of watch it being put in action and see a little bit of a test run in terms of, you know, what could be done and how the iPads or tablets would be used. So it was kind of neat to see how, on a certain level, it's going down that contactless route already. It's going down that way of just sort of scanning and letting the technology do the work for you.
Exactly. Another thing I wanted to add is the COVID module that we have. I mean, our pandemic is going on now, so we need to do this screening. It makes it easier for the office, very streamlined. You send it out to your patient, it gets sent back. If your patient answers yes, you get an alert right away. So it's not the admin staff, you know, calling the patient to see if they filled it out or reading it all to see if there was a yes answer that you have to be concerned about. You get an alert, and that alert also tells the patient to call you. So hopefully they call you.
Right.
That creates less phone calls that you have to make. So this COVID module is great, but remember, when our pandemic is finished, this is my opinion. I think that we are still going to have to screen our patients, because before the pandemic, we were always supposed to screen our patients for flu-like symptoms. So if a patient has flu-like symptoms, when you confirm it, you're supposed to reschedule that appointment. So going forward, I think this is a great way to be assured and have documentation that you have asked those your patients those questions. So it's never going to like, oh, the pandemic is over, now I have this extra module and I don't need it. I think we'll still be screening, and it's great to have documentation that you are. Along with that, you can change it up and use it for endo consent forms, crown and bridge consent forms, implant consent forms. It's a contactless way to send information to your patients.
And at the end of the day, really, when we do, fingers crossed, get back to that day of some sort of normalcy, you know, we are still going to be living in very much a changed world. And I think patients are going to be looking to see, what are you doing now to keep me safer than what you did before?
Exactly.
And that's going to mean a lot of, if you haven't done it yet, I think that's going to mean a lot of investing in new forms of technology that you can show, and I would argue market to your patients as a great way to be able to say, this is what I do to protect my team and my patients, and SterilWize fits right into a big part of our plan.
Yes,
There
definitely.
are changing regulations, like patients are nowadays more aware, and many of our clients have actually got back to us and told us, our patients keep asking us about what are the safety protocols you're following, or how do we know that we are safe for the inpatient care. So SterilWize, we also help them with external marketing efforts so that they can ensure that their patient are receiving the safest treatment in their clinic. And they have also seen a rise and, you know, the peace of mind that the patients have when they book an appointment. They're more concerned, they're less worried when they are booking their appointments with you.
Yeah.
So at the same time, this also helps them, right? There are less of patient, like less of patients canceling their appointments. This is one major thing we have received from most of our clients as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big thing in dentistry as we move forward and eventually get past the pandemic, is that people are not going to want their dentist office to look as it did 2 years ago. They're going to want updates, and I think SterilWize is a great way to update it, and it's certainly a big reason as to why, you know, here at Dental Peers we started developing a relationship around a year ago that I'm really happy with, and you know, as a result of that, there's some extra little bonuses that, let's just say, Dental Peers members can get from SterilWize. I think, is that a fair way to assess it?
Definitely, yeah. So we do have special incentives for any Dental Peers member coming up for us. And obviously there are ways. SterilWize also promotes customer success as their priority. So we provide 24-hour global support for all the clients. Anytime, anywhere they need our help or guidance, we are always there to support. Another concern that we have always faced with majority of them thinking, or I would say like giving a second thought, is with the factor, okay, my staff is not good with technology. So this is a major concern where everyone faces, right? But to be rest assured, SterilWize is designed in such a simple, user-friendly way that even like anyone who has never used technology or a mobile device would be easy to use it. And we provide them training, like a very comprehensive training when they start getting onboarded. And there's a non-stop remote training been given to them as and when they need. So let's say one of your staff members leave and there's a new one joining, it's very easy for them to just go through the training documents and they know how to use the system. Nowadays, the staff members are the one, oh, we love this technology. It's making our life so easy. We know how to make our way through it. And there's no like second thoughts for them where they think how to use the system or why move from the old and paperwork and then, you know, go to automation.
Well, I mean, I know no one is ever going to mistake me as being a great computer engineer or computer scientist or anything like that. And when I had the opportunity, as I said, here in Ottawa, to see one of the first installations come out then, and I'm sure the system has changed over the 2 years since then. I mean, it was pretty straightforward stuff. You know, I mean, it was basically, you know, the scan and run type thing. I mean, I'm oversimplifying it a little bit, I suppose, but it wasn't a whole lot more complicated than that, to be perfectly honest.
It never is. And the best part is we are always taking inputs from our clients. Let's say when they say we would like this feature to be added, we do our best and we keep innovating the system as and when they go. So whatever you saw like probably 2 years ago or even a month ago, it keeps changing and updating with the latest features we have.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you know, I know you guys had indicated that you had a little video that you wanted to show that would give people a bit of an idea in terms of what it looks like. So why don't we have a look at that video, and then you can also let everyone know how they can reach out to yourselves at SterilWize if they wanted to ask some more questions and find out a little bit about more of your product and services.
That sounds great. Let me just play the video here.
SterilWize is an end-to-end sterilization workflow management system that tracks all steps of the sterilization process from the start to the end. Smart wristbands worn by the clinical staff member enable the user to log in seamlessly and document which staff member was responsible for each step of the entire process, with automated time and date stamping. The user ensures that the start of the day task was completed and checked off. The Sterilewise Dashboard is custom-built to replicate the setup of your sterilization center. Safety data sheets, equipment manuals, IPAC manual, and instructional training documents and videos, along with public health guidelines and regulations, are digitally accessible from the Resource Center. If your sterilizer requires a Bowie Dick or air removal test, the app will allow you to run a BD test, else start your first load of the day with this SPORE test cycle. Universal barcodes are provided which can be placed on the test indicators as well as on your cassettes and pouches. Scan the barcodes with the tablet to process a load as the system walks you through the step-by-step procedure. The instrument type can be chosen from the drop-down while processing a load. Once everything is scanned, place them in your sterilizer and verify the cycle number on the tablet upon choosing the cycle program type. Once your sterilizer cycle is complete, update your load by taking photographic records of your test indicators or your PCD and verify that the required cycle parameters were seen and met. After all the loads are processed for the day, ensure that the end of the day task is completed and checked off. Upon saving, the system automatically generates a set of reports and emails them to the office manager. SterilWize assures that the maximum infection control compliance is in place. Easy to access from any device and user-friendly SterilWize web portal allows you to assign instruments to the specific patient records and a plethora of features. In the operatory, simply select Checkout and scan the cassette to be used on the patient and assign it under the respective patient name. Similarly, a cassette, if not used on a patient, can be unassigned or spoiled. Detailed and graphical representation of the load being executed can be accessed along with the barcodes correlated with each cassette and your test indicators for the respective cycle. Required compliance reports are available on the fly and can be generated in real time by choosing the type of report and the time frame. The new COVID-19 module facilitates pre-screening as well as an in-office screening of your patients and staff members. If any patient or staff answers yes to any question, an automated alert is sent to the clinic. All the required reports are automatically generated for you to associate with the patient records. A detailed step-by-step training document on each module is easily accessible from the training center and frequently asked questions for user guidance. SterilWize offers 24-hour global support, ensuring maximum efficacy. SterilWize system can be adapted to all situations where sterilization is used and documentation to demonstrate compliance is required. Please visit our website, SterilWize.com, for more information, or feel free to reach our customer support team.
So that looks great. I mean, that looks pretty easy from my standpoint.
And we get the same response from our users also. Susan would be more able to say on that as well.
Yes, it's really like being at the grocery store, but we have to be a little bit more compliant, throw in your infection control, but it's really just scanning it through. We're used to doing self-checkout at the grocery store. So that's the part where Megha was saying user-friendly. It's really just scanning it through, doing the same in your operatory. The other thing that once you've scanned in what you used on that patient, you can, and you are able, if you would like, you can send to your patient what you used on them, showing the green pass of all those instruments through sterilization. So any patient that's very anxious and wants that reassurance that everything was correct for them, you can definitely send them an email with that information.
So, I mean, talk about a way to give yourself great peace of mind that, you know, you are looking after your team, you're looking after your patients. And not only that, but you're able to track it and demonstrate that, in fact, you are looking after it. Because as they say, you know, I mean, perception is reality, right? I mean, if you can actually show and demonstrate this is what I have done to look after you, what a great gift I think that is to be able to show your patients. And as we said, you know, to be able to market to them that this is what we're doing to look after you. So if people wanted to reach out and learn more about it, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you guys?
You can always visit our website, SterilWize.com, and fill up the contact us form over there. They have all the contact details. They can give us a call. We are available anywhere they would like us to find.
Oh, sounds perfect. Well, I wanted to thank you both for joining me today. This was really a lot of fun and I think a lot of great information. I'm looking forward to having our members see this, and hopefully they'll take advantage of the great opportunity and the discounts that you've offered to them to be able to reach out and provide that extra level of safety for themselves and their patients going forward.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. It's really, I thoroughly enjoyed this, doing the informal, hey, this is what we do for you, instead of the, okay, let's go through every point of what we do. Yeah, I think this was great, and I hope it really helps everyone to have a quick understanding, then to see more on the website.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you, Sean, for having us.
Okay, well, Thanks everyone for watching, and I look forward to bringing you another installment of Meet Our Partners. And as I always like to say, I won't tell you who it's going to be. It's always a mystery guest. You'll find out when I send the email link to you. So until then, enjoy getting to know SterilWize. Reach out to them for more information that you might want to learn about what they can do for your practice. And by all means, peruse the rest of our gallery of Meet Our Partners videos and take advantage of the great partners that work with dental peers to be able to help your practice be the best that it can be. All right, thanks for joining us and have a great day.
You're welcome. Thank you.